Shadow Gang.
Party people, what's up, what's up, what's up? We back in this, man. I hate to come with stuff like this, but, you know, it's news nonetheless. So, Lil Baby, one of your favorite rappers from Atlanta, are accused of murder. But listen to how they got to this. Listen to how the authorities got to this. I don't believe it, but, you know, listen to how they got to this. Let's go ahead and listen to this real quick.
Atlanta police have alleged that a May 2024 triple shooting on the set of a Lil Baby, born Dominique Jones, music video sparked a gang war that led to multiple homicides. Major Ralph Woolfolk of the Atlanta Police Department.
All right, so they're saying a major gang war ensued after Lil Baby did his music video. So it wasn't him actually killing anybody so far. They're saying his actions caused it.
Hosted a press conference on Wednesday, February 26th, announcing the arrest of 7 individuals tied to the July 2024 murders of 13-year-olds Jakody Davis and Lamon Freeman, who were ambushed at a birthday party for Freeman. During the presser, Woolfolk referenced that the teens' murders were tied to a gang war, which was allegedly connected to the triple shooting on the set of Lil Baby's music video in Northwest Atlanta last May. Gang violence that was orchestrated by adults. And the cowardly acts of an Atlanta-based rapper that decided to go into a rival gang stronghold in a place he knew he should not have been, Woolfolk said.
So they're saying that he should have went to their neighborhood and shot a video of a rival gang. So they're saying that he's a part of a gang. So that's how they got Young Thug caught up. At least they tried to. They tried to say that YSL was a gang and Young Thug was the leader and all these people was affiliated with him and he told them to go shoot people and murder people. I mean, off people and all the other stuff. So, I mean, it's kind of like, you know, they're reaching a little bit here. But I'm gonna actually play the press conference as well. So I just want to give you some heads up on this.
Per Channel 2 Action News, who confirmed the Atlanta rapper referenced was Lil Baby. Police alleged that in the months following the incident, multiple shootings and homicides can be tied back to Lil Baby's music video shooting. Investigators reportedly alleged that a high-ranking member from a gang opposing Lil Baby called in the hit on the pair of teens using a cell phone from behind bars in a Georgia prison. This team will work relentlessly to hold you accountable, Woolfolk said while addressing the Atlanta rapper. There is a $50,000 reward for those with more information. On the music side, Lil Baby is coming off the release of his Wham album, which topped the Billboard 200 in January. The 30-year-old is slated to hit the road for the Wham World Tour with Big X the Plug and Enli Choppa in June. Billboard has reached out to Lil Baby's team for comment.
All right, so we're going to just stop it right there. So, I mean, they hype it up so much, man, saying that this kid did this or did that, and it's because of him that certain things happen. You cannot control what people do. They're saying a call came from the Georgia prison saying, hey, go hit these individuals, which, who knows? It's always alleged. So let's just look at the video from the press conference that they held this big ass press conference. I mean, I don't understand it. Let's see if we get some more understanding to see exactly we can figure out what the heck is going on. Hold on.
Just against the Oakland City community or here on Spark Street, these crimes were against all of Atlanta. Because when gun violence touches this neighborhood and can claim the lives of 2 13-year-olds, it touches every Atlanta neighborhood. And since those early morning hours, this police department has not tired in identifying who committed those crimes and bringing them to justice. And I want to acknowledge a number of the units that have been working since that morning and that have not stopped. Our homicide team, our gang unit, an analyst working out of public safety headquarters, the district attorney's office, and the FBI. And these individuals that committed the crime here on July 2nd were dangerous individuals that, if allowed to remain free on the streets of Atlanta, Georgia, were going to use guns again to harm. These individuals cannot just be taken off the street without risk to law enforcement. And thanks to the Federal Bureau of Investigation, Our Apex unit, our ACE unit, and our fugitive units, we have taken into custody the last 2 individuals that we have sought for this horrible crime. And we couldn't do that without the community. Because if you remember the last time we were here, we were going door to door on every home in this neighborhood asking for the community support. So for everyone that has provided a tip, that has called Crime Stoppers, for everyone that has worked with our investigators, I want to thank you. Because everyone has a role in keeping Atlanta safe. I'm going to turn the microphone now over to the special agents in charge of the FBI field office. And Sack Brown, I do want to thank you for all the work that your team has been providing. Long before you arrived in the city, we've had a strong partnership with the FBI. And for us to be able to stand here and tell the Atlantans we have removed 2 more dangerous murders off the street, we want to thank you for your role in making that happen. Thank you. All right.
Thank you. I'm Paul Brown, the special agent in charge of FBI Atlanta's division. And it's first and foremost, I want to offer my deepest condolences to the Davis and Freeman families. No family should have to bury their 13-year-old children. The FBI is here as part of our joint efforts with the Atlanta Police and other law enforcement partners to solve cases just like this. The FBI assisted this case. It's part of our ongoing commitment to APD to combat violent crime and gang violence that's plaguing our communities. Everyone should feel safe and secure in their community and their homes. Atlanta's violent crimes and gang squads work every day with APD and our other law enforcement partners in concert through our Atlanta Metro Major Offenders Task Force and through our Atlanta Safe Streets Task Force to get violent criminals like Tredon Crawford and Ali Caldwell off the streets. We will continue to use every resource available, working with our partners to include the Atlanta Police Department to keep our community safe. Thank you for your time.
So I commend them for jumping right on this. But I just hate to think that they're using the baby's name as an influence in all this. And I think it'd be kind of hard to make that stick if he didn't actually pull the trigger or did the thing. But they're going to try. If they go to this length, saying that all right, because of this, it happened, and they go press conference and all this stuff, and 2 young boys got killed because of it, 13 years old. Yeah. Curious to see how it's going to turn out, but let's continue to listen to the press conference.
Good afternoon. I'm Major Pete Malecki. I'm over our major crime section. So as Chief Shearbaum stated, several weeks after this incident took place, we were out here holding a very similar press conference, and we were asking for the help from the community. In just a moment, I'm going to show you some pictures of 7 individuals that we were able to take into custody in conjunction with this tragic incident. I stood here and told you the story how on July 2nd, just after midnight of last year, we had 2 13-year-olds and 11-year-old celebrating the birthday of Lamon Freeman. He had just turned 13, and he got to experience about 30 minutes of being a teenager before his life was taken. And when I turn it over to Major Woolfolk, he's going to discuss some of the investigative techniques and really the gang involvement and the gang ties that led to this incident taking place. But one thing I want to make absolutely clear, and I said it then and I'll say it again, these kids were innocent victims. So when we talk about the gang involvement, these 2 13-year-olds and this 11-year-old, they didn't have a gang involvement. We didn't have interactions with them as a police department. They were good kids in the community.
Wow.
And unfortunately, their futures, their lives were taken.
I'm getting it.
So I do want to thank all the community members that gave us tips and information on this case. And while I can't say necessarily that one individual tip broke this thing open, each tip is like a little puzzle piece. And we took every one of those, glued them together, and we're able to thankfully bring this case to resolution. And I will say that even though we have made 7 arrests, we never stop working cases. So if anyone has more information, we would ask that you do bring that forward, provide that to us, and we will certainly investigate every detail of those tips. So right now we're going to show some images of,
all right, let's go full
of
screen,
the individuals
guys.
that we have made arrests on. So 5 of these individuals we already had in custody, we had arrested. Some of them were in jail on previous charges not related to this. So once we established probable cause, we're able to serve the jails in which they're housed with these arrest warrants.
All right. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get Moody's out the way. How do you enunciate his name? Is it Quante Sanders? Let's see how they're gonna enunciate it.
First one there is Mr. Sanders. Let's flip through him. Richard Hollis, Reginald Thomas, Marcus Crawford, Mr. Mobley, Tradon Crawford, and Tradon is one of the individuals that we took into custody yesterday. And then the final seventh individual is Mr. Ollie Caldwell. If you notice with these individuals, two of them share the same last name. It's because they are brothers. So it seems like there was some type of family history of gang activity, gang involvement. And unfortunately, on the night of July 2nd, that escalated to two 13-year-old children losing their lives. So now I'm going to turn it over to Major Ralph Woolfolk.
So not only we lost two 13-year-olds, I think it was an 11-year-old as well. We lost all those young black men too. Cause they about to get, if it's gang related, they all about to get that charge. They all about to get that. So let's see how Lil Baby ties into this, at least what they're saying.
And he will discuss a little bit of the gang conflict and some of the investigative techniques and procedures that we used to get us here today. So thank you.
Thanks, Major. My name is Major Ralph Woolfolk of the Violent Crime Interdiction Section. And I first want to say the overall theme of this case is grown men playing gangster that left two of our children in graves and a community in fear. And we know in these communities that strength is about building community, not destroying it. And in this case, leaving two young people in their grave. I want to thank the community that was here with our investigation team from the inception of this incident. Out on the night of the incident, we not only received investigative assistance from this community, but we also saw a community that was full of compassion and love. Video evidence depicted several people in this community pouring out of their apartments, attempting to triage wounds, attempting to transport persons to the hospital, and making several 911 calls from this community that were used throughout our investigation that led ultimately, with their assistance, to some of the apprehensions in this case. I want to also thank the FBI, who has not only been an incredible partner to us throughout this investigation, but has also been a consistent partner to us throughout our fight, as Chief Shearbaum always says, against gangs, guns, and drugs. We have had a consistent partnership with the FBI that has aided us in suppressing our violent crime. And for our team members internally in the Atlanta Police Department that spent countless hours, investigative hours, a tandem approach, collaborative approach between homicide, between gangs, between our ACE unit, between our intelligence analysts, and several other internal units throughout the police department that spent countless hours working this case. I remember getting a call from the gang unit over 4th of July weekend asking to go up on a wiretap investigation. And subsequent to that call, the next 48 hours were spent on the phone with our district attorney's office, who was a great support to us throughout this investigation and trying to stand that T3 up. And through that investigation, our gang unit sacrificed vacations. Our gang unit sacrificed time with loved ones, sacrificed relationships throughout the course of this investigation. In 5,424 man hours from July 10th through October 30th, that was spearheaded by the Atlanta Police Gang Unit in a wire room to ultimately assemble key facts and elements leading us to where we are in the investigation. And for the investigation aspect of this, Lamont Freeman was allowed to be a 13-year-old for 27 minutes before gang violence ultimately took his life.
That's crazy, though.
Gang violence that was orchestrated by adults in our city.
Okay. true story, and this just happened about 2 weeks ago to myself and my nephew. I went out to Old National and just shopping, a little indoor flea market they got there. Just grabbing some stuff before it's time to come back to Florida. And man, we was in there, and somebody just told me. I was taking a little time trying to be, trying to make up my mind what I wanted, a little indecisive. And so let's go. My original goal was to go to the first little spot that I went to last time I was there, a couple of months prior. But I ended up going to another spot, Old National Flea Market or something like that. I forget what it is, Discount Mall or whatever. And we ended up leaving out. I guess we looked like we didn't belong. And as we was leaving out, man, just long story short, driving out, it's this car that drove. Let me put my hands there. Drove and cut us off. Just cut us off. As soon as he cut us off, I had the little, something, and I ended up grabbing that thing. But as soon as I grabbed it, I saw him come out and getting out the car. I hit the gas and had to go around him. As I was going around him, I saw old boy get out the car, and then as I hit the gas to go around them, they got back in the car. You know what I'm saying? So that was like intentional. It's not a real place. I mean, I was gonna go to the original little spot that I went to prior, but I decided not to. Man, you just can't trust our own folks. You feel me? And that's just a shame. And it's a shame this happened to those kids. And it's really what this press conference is all about. But really, we're here to see how Lil Baby ties up in all this. So let's just finish it out, man.
And cowardly acts of an Atlanta-based rapper that decided to go over into a rival gang stronghold and shoot a music video in a place that he knew he should not have been. And in the subsequent days, we acts cowardly
Hold on, let me rewind that and go full screen. Turn it up to.
Acts of an Atlanta-based rapper that decided to go over into a rival gang stronghold and shoot a music video in a place that he knew he should not have been. And in the subsequent days, we saw homicides and shootings, and ultimately the deaths of 2 children as a result of his cowardly actions. And you know who you are. And I tell you that this team will work relentlessly to hold you and the persons that you are affiliated with responsible for those actions.
All right, so skip to who you know it is because they're gonna say it. They're gonna say it. So they said he went over there to shoot a video. He wasn't supposed to be over there of a rival gang. So number one, they're saying that he is a part of a gang. Either him or his crew or the people he was with, they're part of a gang, and they went on to another part of town, which was a rival gang, and shot their music video. So, argument with that is that Lil Baby's lawyer easily gonna say we're not a gang. That's why I brought the Young Thug thing in, you know what I'm saying, YSL, because that's what they were trying to say. Oh, we're a gang, they're racketeering and all that bullshit they try to throw on Young Thug, but I don't know if it's just a build up or a setup. I mean, I don't know, but let's continue to listen. I'll stop interrupting my man.
Ultimately, there are components of this investigation that led back to a prison in the state of Georgia where an illegal phone, a contraband phone, was used to orchestrate these acts. There was a hit called by a high-ranking gang member on the opposite side of that opposing rapper's gang. And I'll tell you today, that gang was Goodfellas. Goodfellas Criminal Street Gang being one of the most hyper-violent gangs in the city of Atlanta. And
So Goodfellas is a gang. Now, if you know anything about Atlanta, Goodfellas has a few barbershops there as well too. So I wonder if it's affiliated. Goodfellas Barbershop. Interesting. I didn't know that.
we will pursue you
I'm wondering.
relentlessly.
Allegedly.
Relentlessly in making sure that we keep this city safe and suppressing violence throughout our city. And lastly, I'll say, as Major Malecki indicated, There is still a $50,000 reward that is on the table for additional information in relationship to this case. And our detectives and our officers, through all of the internal units and external units that you see here today, will be knocking on doors and working with this community that has been so resilient to collect additional information to continue to move this investigation forward. Thank you.
Mm.
We'll now open up for questions. We'll start on that side with Tom Regan.
Yeah, well, these three juveniles, I mean, was it a crossfire situation? Were they targeted? You know, was there a gun battle between rival gang elements?
No, there was not. We do believe that the three juveniles, two who were killed, one who was injured, they were just outside on the steps celebrating a birthday party. We don't believe that they were the intended targets of that gunfire. But these individuals that we have shown indiscriminately opened fire on that apartment complex, resulting in these three children getting injured and killed.
And one quick follow-up question. The person who made the call for a hit from prison, that isn't one of the people that were already in jail. This is another individual we're talking about.
Yeah, the individual that orchestrated this from Hancock State Prison, he was already incarcerated.
So he's going to be charged in this, of course, too.
Yeah, he has been charged.
Yeah, so I have a couple questions. The last two people, I know that you said that one of them was Trayvon Crawford. Who was the other person that you just arrested? Ali Caldwell. Okay. And so then, are we going to name the gang on the other side? You named the Goodfellas, but what's the name of the gang that's affiliated with this rapper that we're not naming?
Yeah, at this time, so not to compromise the integrity of this investigation, we will not be naming that gang. It is a hyper-violent hybrid street gang here in the city of Atlanta, and there's subsequent information that will follow in the upcoming preliminary hearing.
So these guys that were arrested were Goodfellas members?
Yes.
Question? No further questions? Chief, can you please remind everyone?
Crime Stoppers, you know, again, I want to commend the dedication of the men and women of the Atlanta Police Department. This is a case that I was regularly updated on, and Major Woolfolk and Major Malecki gave you some oversight, but they are understating when they talk about the commitment of the men and women of this department to bring closure to families and justice to this neighborhood. That is for every homicide we do. And so as I stand here today, there are clearly family members watching that still are waiting for justice for this family member. The commitment that is arrayed behind me, that I see around this group, is still active in every other homicide that we have open at this time. So Crime Stoppers, we encourage everyone, if you have information that will help us to bring justice to another family of this city, please use it. Do your duty as a citizen of this city to be able to provide information. And I want to thank you to the members of the media. You oftentimes have delivered to the community information that has caused individuals to pick up the phone and call Crime Stoppers or to use the online version to give us information. So thank you for what you do to keep our city safe. And just again, to the men and women of the Atlanta Police Department, wherever you serve, thank you for what you're doing for the second year on the road to reduce homicides in the city, robberies in the city, and shootings. I appreciate you all and so appreciative of the work you do across the city. Thank you all very much.
Chief, did you say that the mother of one of the victims was here?
That's correct.
Would she care to say anything?
She didn't step down here today. We were speaking with her before this, but yeah. Yes.
Thank you, everyone. For more information, just make sure you visit the APD Public Affairs website. There you'll have the details. I'll make sure you get all of the pictures here.
And you just heard from Chief of Police Darren Sherbaum with Atlanta
So this is the
Police
area
Department talking about this triple shooting in Spark Street that left
that
three
got shot up.
teenagers shot. Two of them died from that shooting. And as you heard from the news conference, 7 arrests announced, and police really asking, they're saying this investigation is not over. They're working to get additional details, and they are asking for any and all information that anyone might have, highlighting that there is still a $50,000 reward on the table. We're going to break down all of the latest information that we got from this news conference.
Okay, so it's just information
There he go, y'all.
coming from the news team. But this is the actual footage of the video. Let me show you. It's quick, it's not long.
There he go, y'all see him? He came to get him some tacos, baby. Y'all better pull up, cause you already know how he doing this type of tacos, baby. Pull up, baby. Lil Baby just pulled up on us. You know, we doing
I
it
got a
big around
security,
this
you
mug.
know, his detail.
There he go. Y'all see him?
So yeah, so let's look here the detail. This is 9 months ago. Yeah. The 3 people shot in Northwest Atlanta, where the music video was being filmed. Witnesses saw Lil Baby in the area, but say he was not shot. So this is just them having concerns. Let's see what else I can pull up here. Let's see. This may contain 6 hours ago. Let's see what they said.
New warrants reveal that Atlanta police believe a shooting that resulted in the deaths of 2 teens happened because of a Lil Baby music video. This afternoon, police announced 2 additional arrests made in connection to the shooting last summer.
And then police say that this was all the result of tension, a beef between 2 gangs. The 11 Alive's Erica Murphy is live from police headquarters with the very latest. So, Erica, what led police to these arrests?
Well, Ron, they say that a wiretap between a man sitting behind bars and some of the suspects is one of the things that tipped them off to all of the people they've arrested so far. They also shared that the plot for this deadly shooting runs deep. In fact, we have confirmed after looking over arrest warrants for the 7 people implicated in this deadly shooting that one of the people they're looking at is Atlanta-based rapper Lil Baby.
Video evidence depicted several people in this community pouring out of their apartments, attempting to triage wounds, attempting to transport persons to the hospital.
On July 2nd, a shooting at the Oakland City West End Apartments claimed the life of 13-year-old best friends Jakody Davis and Lamon Freeman.
Oh, wow.
The pair were gathered to celebrate Freeman's birthday. Another child, just 11, was also shot.
To this, Lamont Freeman was allowed to be a 13-year-old for 27 minutes before gang violence ultimately took his life.
That's just terrible.
Officials say Atlanta police, along with the FBI, have been working for months to bring the people responsible for taking these 2 young lives to justice. Major Ralph Woolfolk says that the killings are tied to a gang rivalry that escalated during a video shoot.
Gang violence that was orchestrated by adults in our city, and cowardly acts of an Atlanta
So we saw him speak. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how you could tie Lil Baby to that. I mean, I really don't know. I mean, that's a stretch. Kinda. I mean, who's to say it wasn't gonna happen regardless? You know, if it happened after Lil Baby left. I think he was saying too that it was a few days after that video. And it just so happened that Lil Baby was in that area. I mean, it's kind of weird. But I don't know, man. You guys comment below. Let me know how you feel about Atlanta. Is it a different place there? You know, they have that open carry law where you don't really need a gun permit. So you can carry and go. It's so funny that you can carry your gun like the Wild Wild West. And but you better not have your cell phone in your hand. You better be fucking hands free. And if you're not hands free, you're gonna get a ticket. Which is the oddest thing. No cell phone in hand, but you can carry your open carry. That's interesting. I just thought about that. Anyway, guys, I pray you guys are doing well. Thank you guys for joining me with this video. Latest update. I guess we'll keep up with this and see exactly how far it's going to go. Just reminds me of the YSL case. I mean, I don't know much about the YSL case because I didn't watch it totally because it was so long. But I know that Lil Thug got off to a certain degree. He's still on the paper a little bit, but they couldn't make it 100% stick. And from this, I'm not even sure why they throw that kid's name up, Lil Baby's name up, which is the oddest thing to me. But anyway, I pray you guys are doing well. And I'm gonna see you beautiful people next video. Hey, please, if you're here for the first time, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Just join the family. It's absolutely free, I promise. And we're gonna continue to roll these videos out. I'm gonna get on the schedule here soon once I get the ball back rolling completely, and I'll let you guys know. how that schedule's going to work out. And maybe a few times a week or maybe every day. I don't know. But we'll see. By the way, I pray you guys so well. See you beautiful people next video. Peace.